Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Chicagoland Speedway for the 16th race of the NRSL Asus Republic of Gamers Truck Series. This is the regular season finale for the trucks, guys. 54 laps of racing here at Chicago will decide the 12 truck field for the 7-race chase. 2 3-race rounds and a finale round race at Homestead. 4 drivers will be eliminated in each round. Same way the Cup is doing it. We've got 3 rounds in Cup. Anyway. Just looking at Facebook. So let's get into it. The following drivers are locked in. They do not have to worry about falling outside of the top 25 in points, and those drivers are Julius Anderson, Zach Flickinger, Joshua Sekuli, Edwin Mendez, LJ Toledo, and Philip Goldberg. So Goldberg missed the Cup chase. He'll get in on the truck chase. Bubble drivers right now. Dylan Young has 36 points to the good of 26th in points. So he's looking really good. It's going to take a miracle for him to fall out. Other guys not so lucky right now. Chris Dodd, Wade Brummer, and Marty Johnson. Dodd's got 8 points, Brummer 7, and Johnson 3. Currently outside is the only 2-time winner, Alexander Rowe, 3 points behind Johnson. Johnson 25th in points, Rowe 26th. That could get interesting. Thiessen is 5 points out, Adam Samsel 11, and John Arndt is the other miracle to get in. He's 40 points out. It's possible, but it's going to take a lot for it to happen. I don't really think it's going to happen. They needed that top 5 run at Canadian Tire last week. Right now in the chase via points is your points leader and pole sitter, Eric Benson. And then Tyler Merkel, who's got 5 points over Tony Green. Green 5 points behind Merkel. Danny Jones is next. He's 8 out. And then the rest, Sanford 25 points back. Weeks 26. Caudle 28. Bright 36. And Denton 37. Eliminated from range outside the top 25 is Grayson Ace Fado, Emmanuel Hartnett, and Kev Shearer. Dylan Young is your hometown driver. We'll get into the starting lineup in a minute, but let's go trackside for the Command the Fire engines.
Y'all come say it with me. Drivers, start your engine!
So 54 laps of racing here today. Tonight, I should say. Anyway, let's get to your starting lineup. Eric Benson starts on the inside with Alexander Rowe starting second. This track can have a bit of a high line get into play here. Row 2 is Johnny Gardner and JT Bryant. Row 3, Henry Williamson, hometown boy himself, Dylan Young. Row 4 is Chris Dodd and Joshua Sekuli. And in row 5, Zachary Fitzwater and LJ Toledo. So as I was saying, Benson and Merkel currently the 2 non-winners in. Benson has the points lead. If Benson holds onto the points lead, he will be locked into the chase field. A win would also help. He is on the pole. 54 laps of racing, expecting these drivers to have to pit once tonight. And then go another full tire run to finish the race if it stays green. Anyways, they're coming down to the start-finish line. Green flag is out. The points leader and the 2-time winner that needs to hop in are on the front row. We'll see what kind of racing action we get here tonight at Chicago. If your name was not mentioned during pre-race, as Henry Williams is making it 3 wide, you have a shot, whether you are outside or inside the top 25, to win and make the chase. Now, that is a shot. I'm not 100% positive. I know Ace, Fado, Hartnett, and Shearer were all behind Arndt in points, so you know that much. As Eric Benson will lead the first lap, so that is a bonus point he needed. As they are 3 wide behind, starting to draft up. This is starting to possibly look almost like Atlanta. Some 3 wide racing. All around the track, you can see they got to lift a bit. See, that high side line does come into play. Alexander Rowe fighting back up there, but 3 wide. As Chris Dodd in third place, one of those guys on the bubble. Another guy, like Philip Goldberg, that missed out on the chase in the Cup Series, trying to get in here in the trucks. And Chris Dodd's looking good so far, sitting up here in third place. Eric Benson, the leader. Henry Williams had to check up big time. That aerodynamics right there coming into play on Henry Williams' truck. As the top 3 have pulled away. Charles Sanford up the fourth. There is Adam Samsel and Matt Thiessen, 2 guys that have to fight their way in. Right now, this is looking very interesting. We could have 2 winners hop into the top 25, as well as maybe one falling out, and that would be Alexander Rowe, who continues to fall out through the field. Dylan Young just really needs to finish in the top 30, and he'll be good. But see, 3 wide action in the back here. Wade Brummer's another one of those guys. He has to work his way in if he wants to make the chase. He was your Daytona winner. And there's John Arndt. This is the guy that needs a miracle. He probably needs to win this race. He needs to win this race and have a lot of things go his way. Starting in the back will not help him that much. As Philip Goldberg, Julius Anderson, they've pulled away, Adam Samsel included. So as they clear the 3 wide mess, they start to single out. See, Kev Shear, one of the guys we mentioned, cannot make the chase. Still looking for a good finish here tonight. As Chris Dodd peeks inside Henry Williams. Off of turn 4, Williams will get the run and pull back down in front of Chris Dodd as Eric Benson continues to lead the race. As Charles Sanford will peek low on Chris Dodd. You can see it's just so difficult with draft and the run the high line gets to get to the inside of someone. Samsel's going to try it here, but I think a bit too much speed entering the corner. That causes him to lift. Anderson's going to get a good run to see if he'll make the move. Nope, he gets blocked there. Martin Suarez, Tony Green, Alexander Rowe has cleared. He is in 11th place. The guy he needs to be in front of is Marty Johnson, and he is nowhere in sight. Actually, no, he's right here. Never mind, he is 2 spots back. Rowe needs it to be 3 or 4. He needs it to be 3, because if Rowe ties with Johnson, that'll be considered tied 25th in points. Now, Rowe would have the tiebreaker, and that would get him in the chase if need be. Here's a little battle going on here. Goldberg, Shearer, Suarez, and Green. Alexander Rowe trying to get some battling going. You can just see Benson holds the middle when Dodd tries to go low to pass. Oh, but that time Charles Sanford gave Dodd the draft. By the way, Chevy is on a 10-race win streak, which they had in the Cup Series. That got snapped, and right now, it's looking like they're going to get another one. And there's a wreck! Big wreck. Hartnett, Brummer, Nick Smith. Pace trucks out. Looks like Matt Thiessen might have been involved. Dejan Weeks, Edwin Mendez. So we got our first caution of the night here on lap number 10. A wreck in the tri-oval. Has brought out the first caution of the night. Now this will bunch everybody up. Benson probably didn't want to see this. He had a good lead going. But this helps a lot of guys that are trying to work their way to the front. Now we'll probably will see these guys pit. They were starting to let me look at Benson here. See, 3/10 of tire wear, so you definitely want to pit. We'll see what happened. But Brummer, Weeks, Hartnett, James Shelley, Nick Smith, and Edwin Mendez all with trouble. And actually, no, we got people. Everyone is staying out. Colin Denton, though, he'll come down. He's got damage. Looks like Matt Thiessen, Quentin Moore, and Edwin Mendez might have also been involved. They are pitting as well. So let's take a look at the replay and see what brought out the caution here on lap 10. So this is what starts to wreck. Now Dejon Weeks is coming off the corner. Smith is going to peek in 3 wide, and he just gets tight off the corner. Weeks gets turned down. There's contact with Colin Denton right there. Weeks will get turned down the track. Nick Smith and Matt Thesian both get put into the wall. And Weeks is going to come back up. He's stuck in the grass. He can't do anything. And right there, Emmanuel Hartnett pounds into him. There's Quentin Moore, Wade Brummer, Edwin Mendez. Brummer hits the wall head on. There's James Shelley's contact. And you just see hard licks for all these guys. They just had no idea. And then Nick Smith actually gets into Edwin Mendez. There was just nowhere to go for Emmanuel Hartnett when a car is stuck sliding in the grass like that. So that brings out the first yellow of the night. Let's take it to the race restart. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing. We got some guys stuck a lap down that pit because none of the leaders came down. Wade Brummer and Emmanuel Hartnett are out of the race, so Brummer will not make the chase. We can cross his name out. He'll finish 38th. Now he is actually inside the chase right now, only by 7 points. We'll keep his name not crossed out, but he is probably not going to make it now. James Shelley, Nick Smith, and Dejon Week are all trapped a lap down. Shelley's got no hood, so that's going to hold up the inside lane. Top 10 rundown. Eric Benson leads. Chris Dodd second. Charles Sanford third. Adam Samsel fourth. Henry Williams fifth. Anderson, Shearer, Suarez, Green, Philip Goldberg. That is your top 10. Nobody picks up the guys that had damage. Green flag is back out. Fuel window is roughly lap 27 to 30. That is why nobody pit. They would not be able to make it to the finish. So these guys want to do a one-stop race here. And now we'll see if with this draft, if Eric Benson can hold on. And it looks like Charles Sanford will be the one to first make a move, and he's going to get left with no draft help. Samsel makes his way to his outside, trying to get a bit of a run, but Henry Williams is drafting the 8. Dodd right on the bumper. And there's another wreck. They didn't take it. Oh, James Shelley. Zach Flickinger's involved. Now, the leaders did not take the caution. There goes the pace truck. And it looks like some of these guys did take the caution. You see, they're slowing down a bit. They're singled out. But these guys are racing back. Benson will be the race leader still, as they are 3 wide for third. Let's hope nothing dumb happens right here. There's Zach Flickinger. Luckily, he is locked in. But his truck is smoking. He's done for the night. Chandler Caudle has front end damage. Keith Rich might have been involved. We do know that James Shelley was in this. And it looks like this time these guys will pit. Leaders are going to come down. And Nick Smith is going to stay out. Dejon, oh, those guys are laps down. I'm dumb. And actually, no, some guys will stay out that are not a lap down. As I lost power? Oh, wow. The house just lost power. Well, that's wacky. Good thing my laptop's charged, but it's really weird. My light just turned off, and then I looked, and my computer wasn't charging. And the internet shut off, so it wasn't a switch in my room. So I've lost power, but I'll continue to record this. Let's take a look at the race replay. Alright, so here is the look at the replay. And oh, Shelley went to get out of the way, and James Qualls had a run and had nowhere to go. So bad thoughts there. I mean, Shelley probably was told he was clear, but they forgot how little horsepower his car has without the hood. And Flicking just got nowhere to go. There's Caudle's front end just clobbered into the back of the 17. See, Danny Jones kind of gets out of, gets through. Keith Rich gets a little bit of damage. Excuse me. That's what brings out the second caution of the day. Let's take it to race restart. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Power came back in like 5 minutes. Don't know what happened. It's a clear sunny day over here. Chandler Caudle, Zach Flickinger, James Shelley, they're done. Dejan Weeks, Chris Dodd has fallen a lap down. Problems on pit road. Might cost him the chase. Nick Smith also a lap down. The following drivers stayed out. Colin Denton, Quentin Moore, and Edwin Mendez. Now, they have already pit some point. Moore has no hood. This is going to be interesting. Eric Benson is the first driver out of pit road. He is fourth. Then Julius Anderson, fifth. Tony Green, sixth. Charles Sanford, seventh. Philip Goldberg is eighth. Alexander Rowe, ninth. And Henry Williams is 10th. There's Chris Dodd. Not sure. Incident, probably getting into his pit stall. The usual call tow truck crap. That might cost Dodd. Yep, I'm going to say same thing with Brummer. We won't know until we get the points. But Rowe's getting really lucky. He's sitting in the top 10. Two of the guys in front of him are having issues. Green flag is out. Denton's going to pull away. Now, this guy needs a win. And if he does the same thing he did in Cup, oh, it could get crazy. Oh, Benson 3 wide. Anderson. Looks like Mendez isn't the only one that's slow. I mean, Quentin Moore. Mendez also with an awful start. Look at Eric Benson go. Already up to second. He's like, Denton, you're not winning this race, bro. You got your stuff in Cup, man. Let me get something in truck. He's flying. And I think we have another caution? No. Benson is flying up to the back of Colin Denton. Remember, Denton has gone a couple of laps on his tires. And here comes Eric Benson. He's like, hell no. My race, boy. I haven't won all season. Side by side off of turn 4. Denton will get a bit of a run, but it's not really going to help us. Anderson, Green, and Sanford are drafting their way up to Eric Benson as he completes the pass on Colin Denton. Anderson peeks to the inside, looking for his second one on the season. See Dejan Weeks and some others straggling back. Mendez just falling. He's got damage apparently. Or he has just not pit at all and he's staying out on strategy. Quentin Moore has fallen to 12th without a hood. Marty Johnson's up to 11th. This guy, one of the guys that needs to stay in the top 25. Now with Brummer and Dodd having issues, this could really help Marty Johnson because of Alexander Rowe being 3 spots ahead of him. So I think what we're seeing is Rowe and Johnson will hop in while Dodd and Brummer fall out. And there's 3 wide racing going on here. Samsel's going to make it 3 wide. Chris Dodd is running up front here. He is 32nd place. Now, the more slow cars they'll end up catching if they go green, the better for Chris Dodd. He was running in the top 10, so it's not a surprise to see him running up front here. As Sanford will peek to the inside. Julius Anderson, another guy that's looking for a win. He's probably saying, hey, Eric, you're the points leader. Come on, man. You're locked in. Let me win this thing. But Benson wants to win. He hasn't won yet this season. And Chris Dodd He's going to help Henry Owens and Adam Sampson, but just look at all the Chevys up here, man. The farthest car up front that's not a Chevy is Martin Suarez in this 92 Ford. Denton continuing to lose some spots. Remember, he is on a little bit older rubber. Marty Johnson's looking for 8th place. Grayson Ace Vado 10th. Tony Green is 11th. Another guy on points trying to work his way in. Now he is 5 points behind Tyler Merkel, who sits in 16th place. So it's getting close. It's some heated battles for trucks. Benson continues to lead. Williams, Samsel, 2nd and 3rd. Things starting to heat up for trucks. I'm not sure where Henry Williams is in standings, but here comes Adam Samsel on the bottom. Side by side with Henry Williams. Trying to get second. He's going to have help from Julius Anderson, but he's got a huge run. Nowhere to go with it. Does he try and go 3 wide? No, he doesn't. He'll stick behind Samsel as Marty Johnson has moved up to 5th. He's passed Alexander Rowe. This dude's got a missile on that truck right now. He's going to help Henry Williams, but he had to check up on the middle of the corner. That's strange because they usually do not have to check up like that on the high side. Jonathan Zorlin and others trying to catch up and rejoin the main pack. As Quentin Moore has fallen all the way to 30th now. Edwin Mendez is in 31st. Benson leads Samsel 2nd. Samsel looking to get another win on the season. He's got a run. Benson has led most of the race, so he will get 2 bonus points. But Samsel's looking for win number 2 on the season, and there he goes. He's making his move on Eric Benson. Anderson and Rowe are going to help out the 40. And Alexander Rowe all of a sudden is up to 4th. What? Where? These guys are switching spots really weird. But Samsel, Rowe, 2 guys trying to hop in back into the top 25. Doing really good right now. Matt Thiessen is another one. I think I saw him. Oh, no, he's not doing good. He is 23rd. With Dodd and Brummer doing bad, though, it could help him out. Now, Dodd is in 32nd place, racing up front with these faster drivers as Sorlin and others have finally synced back up. So the pack racing could return. Most unlikely, however, with the tire wear, as Benson continues to drop. His lucky thing is that Merkel is not doing good, but Tony Green just passed him. He can't lose too many spots. Samsel continues to lead as they'll catch Edwin Mendez there. Now, that will be a spot for Chris Dodd. Same thing goes with Quentin Moore. Philip Goldberg has lost the pack. He does not seem to be damaged. Nick Smith and Dejon Weeks are heavily damaged. Look how slow they are going. Those two are drafting and they're so slow. Benson continues to lose positions. Now Marty Johnson dropping as Samsel continues to lead. And they've caught Edwin Mendez. Nowhere to go. Ace Fado's the one on the inside. He's going to get by Rowe. But mostly they're going to hold on. And Rowe's going to get held up by the 0-2. Now he's looking low. And he'll jump back down in front of Tony Green. Samsel continues to lead the race here on lap 37 of 54. Ace Fado looking low. He knows. Remember, Ace Fado is one of the guys that cannot win and make the chase. He's too far down, too far out, but he's still trying to get a win nonetheless. Jonathan Sorlin has climbed up to 7th place since his pack joined up with the leaders pack. JT Bryant is in 8th place. So this makes things more complicated as Benson has fallen all the way to 17th. There is Tyler Merkel. He's the other guy in right now on points. He needs to gain about 16 points to catch Benson as Colin Denton is pitting. Remember, this guy pit earlier, so if he's pitting here on lap 39, the leaders do have to pit one more time. Edwin Mendez actually just went down pit row too a lap ago. Not sure if Mendez's problem was tires or if it was actually fuel or whatnot, but we could see more guys pit. Three wide for right here. Eric Benson continues to fall. Just couldn't save his tires the right way or what. Samsel leads as they catch Weeks and Smith, two slow trucks. They were side by side. This is really going to hold up a lot of these guys. And this is going to make things crazy. Tony Green. This changes a lot because this is ridiculous. Weeks and Smith are going to hold up Rowe and others. Three wide. And this draft is going to make things interesting. Martin Suarez making the pass for 2nd place. Samsel continues to lead. I've got another notification. I don't care right now. Question is, will these drivers have to pit? Zach Rogers has made his way into the top 10. A Dodge did not make the chase in Cup. If Zach Rogers won this race, Ram would get in the chase in trucks. I think he's top 25. I'm not 100% on that. He's got a chance, but I mean, Samsel's been clearly the strong truck right now. But Jonathan Sorlin's catching up. It does look like Mendes does have damage, though. He's not holding 180. Not sure if these guys do have to pit or not. Colin Denton did pit, and he pit on lap 10. You would think this would be the stage where these guys would have to pit to themselves. Sorlin is cleared. Just almost cleared Martin Suarez. JT Bryant up front. Samsel's looking for his first win since Dover and to continue Chevy's win streak. Is he pitting? I thought he was pitting off that corner. 2 by 2. A lot of rows deep here. Zach Rogers working his way up through the field. Jonathan Sorlin's been another guy who's been working his way up through the field. He seems to be doing better than Adam Samsel. Him and JT Bryant, they were the two from that second group that merged up that they've been really on a roll. See if anybody does pit at all. I mean, they don't look like they're going to have to. I don't know why Colin Denton did. It's very strange. as they're catching Edwin Mendez again, and Sorlin is making a pass for the race lead. He's looking for a win. JT Bryant behind him, and they're going to move Mendez out of the way. Sanford, Suarez, Zach Rogers, next three trucks. LJ Toledo is in the chase. There's Marty Johnson. Philip Goldberg now is down pit road. He's pitting, and I'm pretty sure he pit under the last caution. These guys might have to pit. They might have to pit. This is coming a fuel strategy race, man. It's crazy. Sorlin and Bryan are out 1-2 now. They passed Samsel pretty easily. And I think somebody pit. Oh, yeah, we got people pitting. Sanford, Benson, Dylan Young, Danny Jones, they're all coming down. We will have pit stops here before this race ends. And next time by, it's 5 to go. These are really late pit stops, so if you come out as the leader, you got the best shot. If you're right behind the leader, you also got a good shot. And it looks like Sorlin's coming down this time by. Bryant had to check up for them. Lots of guys coming down. Trying to find the leader. JT Bryant is your race leader. We'll see if he can make it 5 laps. No, he's pitting. 51 is going to come down. Coming to 4 to go. There's Mendez. Danny Jones first out of his group with Charles Sanford. Question is, did they gas and go or did they take right side tires? Adam Samsel is no longer the leader of his group. He's way back. There is Jonathan Zorlin. Clearly ahead. Mendez is going to be in the way a bit. That's going to actually help Sorlin. Sorlin's going to get the backdraft of the 0-2 here and then pull away from him. There's JT Bryant. O'Brien might have this in the bag. Taking the least amount of gas. Oh, Sorlin's going to catch him. This is going to get really good. Sorlin's running the high line. Coming to 3 to go. JT Bryant is first. Sorlin, does he make a move into the corner? Yes, he does. Bryant tries to block the door. He can't quite do it. Sorlin, Bryant side by side. Here comes Martin Suarez giving draft to the 51. They're trying to break Chevy's win streak. Suarez has a huge run. Sorlin's trying to stay down on the 51. 2 to go. It looks like it's going to be down to these 3. Now Suarez giving the 94 help. Back up top for the 51. Into the turn 1. He's going to give it to the 94. Zach Rogers is 4th. Nope. Now it's Charles Sanford trying to get up there and get a win. Chris Dodd, the lap car is in the way. Bryant might have lost his chance. Oh, Suarez had to check up huge in 3 and 4. That might do it. White flag in the air. Oh, no. They're going to catch Dejon Weeks. And Nick Smith. Sorlin gets by Weeks, and he gets by Nick Smith. Suarez and Bryant aren't as lucky. That's the race. Jonathan Sorlin squeaks by 2 slow cars and wins at Chicagoland. Whoo! That was really close, man. I'm not 100% sure where Sorlin was in points, but that was one heck of a finish. He squeaked low on Weeks and then went high on Nick Smith. The 15th different winner on the Truck Series season. We'll be back. Martin Suarez comes home 2nd, JT Bryant 3rd, Charles Sanford 4th, Danny Jones 5th, Marty Johnson gets 6th, Dylan Young 7th, so good run for Dylan Young, Keith Rich 8th, Zach Rogers 9th, and LJ Toledo gets 10th. We'll be right back to tell you who your chase field is heading into New Hampshire next week. Alright guys, I'm back. First off, Eric Benson remains the points leader and will advance into the chase via being points leader. Danny Jones moved up and by 2 points beats out Tyler Merkel for the other points paying position into the chase. So Benson and Danny Jones are your points drivers without wins into the chase. 2 into the chase, just like with Cup. Adam Samsel hopped up into the top 25 with his 11th place finish tonight. He will make the chase. Marty Johnson makes the chase with his 6th place finish. Philip Goldberg, we announced, was already locked in. Same for Zach Flickinger and Edwin Mendez. Dylan Young advances into the chase with his great finish of 7th at his hometown track. Joshua Sekuli and LJ Toledo and Julius Anderson, we also announced, were locked in. Alexander Rowe. Now, the point standings show via tiebreakers average finish. However, the actual rule, and wow, I just saw there was a photo finish for second. I'll look at that in a minute. Oh, there was one for 5th too. Dang. And Danny Jones needed that position, man. Alexander Rowe is making the chase over, and the reason is he is tied for 25th with Henry Williams. However, 2 wins is the official first tiebreaker. So that is how Alexander Rowe is considered 25th in points and not 26th in points. So Alexander Rowe is the final chaser. Jonathan Sorlin got the win tonight, but he was outside the top 25, and he needed a lot more help than what he actually got. So that is why he is not in the chase. But great race, guys. I think Chicagoland was fun. Trucks are at New Hampshire next week for their first race of round 1. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Cup. But first, since there seems to have been a really, really close finish for second, let's take a look at that margin. And there it is. That is for second place. Suarez over JT Bryant. It didn't really matter. Now this, however, was for 5th. And Johnson was going faster than him too. Ooh, wow, look at that. Oh, is there any other photo finishes of people being side by side? I don't think so. That was it. But dang, let's look at that one more time. We're going to watch this from the roof of Martin Suarez because this was insane to look at. Look at that, just right through the middle. That's incredible. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week for New Hampshire for trucks. But tomorrow during the day, actually, not a night race. Tomorrow during Tomorrow during the day, I'll see you at Chicagoland for the first race of the Cup Series Chase, another 54-lap event. So I'll see you guys then.